Hey guys, I stood my phone up with a water bottle, so I'm sorry, because you can kind of see the shadow on me. But I really want to bring attention to it because honestly, before I never realized what attachment was, and I never realized that the law of detachment is very much real and how to master it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, because I want y'all to be so, connected, so tapped in with yourselves that the law of detachment isn't something that you're necessarily trying to master or you're necessarily trying to get anywhere with it. It just comes so genuinely from how connected you are with yourself. You don't feel the need to, hold on to things. First off, I want to talk about what the law of detachment is. So what is the law of detachment? So it's the idea of you setting an intention, desire, or goal without, clinging on to it, always thinking about it, getting attached to the outcome or getting attached to how, when, what you want it to be. What the law of detachment really is basically surrendering and allowing the flow, trusting in the process of how everything would roll out. For example, a lot of people get attached to certain people in relationships. This is just a big general example that I feel like a lot of people could understand easily. Okay, I had to move my camera around because I no longer appreciated the lighting. But as I was saying, so a common example of attachment is, relationships. People always get attached to either the person, what voids they're feeling within that person. Some people get attached to the outcome, attached to what it could have been. They linger onto those things. They really hold on to those things. And basically what the law of attachment does, it sets you free from holding on to those things, and it allows you to let go and trust. And what I mean by that, if we're using the same example, if we're using the same example in this case, after the breakup, you would let go and you would trust, or during your relationship, you would understand and you would be at peace with the fact that this is now, you are in the present moment, and you would be at peace if it came to an end because you understand that nothing belongs to you. And the law of detachment allows you to come to fully understand that and accept that. You can understand and accept the fact that your relationship is now done, and it was what it was when it was, but now it is time to let go, surrender, and trust your process. Trust that everything happens for a reason, and trust that this happened for the better. This happened for a reason. That's like a common example of what attachment would look like in a relationship, and what the law of detachment would look like in a relationship. Okay, so now let's kind of focus on how we can master the law of detachment. Like, I'm doing all this talk about law of detachment, but how can we get to mastering it? Like, I used to be at a place where I was really attached. I used to be really attached to outcomes. I used to really get caught up into people's potential. I used to just really get attached. I understood that some things that I got attached to, or some people that I got attached to, it was just fueling and feeling something inside of me that I never chose to look into. I never sat down with myself and asked why or how was this person doing. What was I receiving from this person that I didn't want to let go? And until I did that, I was able to do it for myself. And I do want to say that I'm speaking from my experience. Like, these are things that work for me, but since they work for me so much, I'm super 100% positive that they can work for you too. So I do just want to state that, and I really just want to share these things because I was never, these things were never shared to me. These things I kind of had to learn, and if I could talk about them to people and they actually listen and be interested in growing and like growing their brain and their mindset, then I would do that. Like, if you want to sit here and listen to this stuff, please do, because I would have loved to listen to these things, but no one really like understood these things around me, or no one spoke about these things with me. So I would love to speak about these things with y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. What things can we do to get closer to ourselves, to get closer to coming to peace with certain things? What things can we do to let go and to accept? What things can we do, Nita? What things can we do? So let's talk about that. The first thing that I will forever preach about is finding a sense of self, really coming together and connecting with yourself. Because the reason why I say find a sense of self is because once you find a sense of self and you really connect with yourself, really see your value in things, you're gonna understand and you're gonna accept the fact that if something is not for you, it's not for you. And you honestly, nothing is ever, you're never making the wrong decisions. You're never really ever making or doing the wrong things because you are just so aligned that you don't have to worry about making those things. Like everything is happening and unfolding for you. So I want you to find a sense of purpose and find a sense of self and really connect and ground yourself and find yourself and love yourself and value yourself and really just feel who you are, feel one and whole. Because once you do that, you'll understand that you honestly don't need anything. You don't need anything from anyone. You don't need this. You don't need that. Like if it goes, you don't need it because you have you at the end of the day. Like and you trust. I really suggest to start on to reflect. Like if you have attachment problems or if you find yourself getting attached quickly or certain attachment styles, really ask yourself reflective questions to help you grow and to help you connect with yourself deeper, to really understand why it is that you are doing these things or why it's so easy for you to get attached to certain people and certain things and certain patterns. Like why is it that you don't want to let go of these certain things? Really truly try to connect with yourself, because once you have a sense of self, it is so much easier to trust in you and value yourself so much more than you'd value something else that isn't doing you any good or adding any value to your life. 2 is to really tap in and be in the present moment. So I feel like with attachment you're so in your head about certain things. Obviously if you're always thinking about someone's certain potential, or if you're always thinking about what ifs and what it could have been, like let's just reconnect with the now. Focus on your breath, focus on your heartbeat, like focus on the now, focus on the support that you have, focus on the way that what you're sitting on is supporting you, focus on the way that the gravity is pulling you down. Like just focus on the present moment to really just get out of your mind and be grateful for the present moment. Like even though you wish it was that way, even though you wish it was this way, let's just be grateful for the now. Because honestly, everything happens for a reason. You are so blessed, you are so fortunate, even though things don't feel that way, even though you really wish it went this way, even though you really wish that you didn't lose this opportunity, even though you really wish that you could have stayed at that job. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Like this only ever happened for the better. Like everything only ever happens. The universe is on your side, okay? It only happened for the better. Third thing that I want to talk about, be specific on what you want and allow yourself to let go of things that do not align with that. And you have to be honest and true with yourself. Like when you set intentions, be honest with yourself, be honest with what you want and what you desire, and be very detail oriented. Like make sure you write down your intentions to the T so you truly understand what it is that you desire. Because I want you to, what this practice would do for you is I would want you to realize when something no longer aligns with you, so it'll be so much easier to let go of it. You know what I mean? It'd be so much easier to realize that, oh, this is not for me anyway. Like this is not even what I want. The whole time, when you don't realize your intentions and you're like, no, when you don't realize like what you want in any aspect of any part of your life, when you don't realize it, you kind of just allow. You kind of just like allow and kind of settle because you don't really know what you want. So you're just going to take what you can get. And we don't want that, guys. I don't want you to settle. I don't want you to just take what you can get. I want you to get what you want in every part of your life. Because even when things don't go your way, going that way for a reason, because you're gonna get what you want at the end of the day. I feel like that's happening for you because something better is gonna come in. Okay, I just want y'all to trust. Also, trusting, just the word trust, and honestly feeling the trust is going to help you let go and master the law of detachment. So what I mean by trusting and feeling the trust is trusting the fact that everything happens for a reason. Trusting the fact that that things are happening for you, nothing is really happening to you. This is the way things are supposed to go, because what's coming is so much more, is going to add so much more value to your life. Like, I want y'all to truly feel these things and truly accept what things are. And being able to trust will allow you to do that. It'll bring peace into your world. Even when you find yourself, excuse me, even when you find yourself, overthinking, when you find yourself just lingering onto certain thoughts, or when you find yourself thinking in old thought patterns, when you find yourself thinking into old thought patterns, you could reground yourself just by telling yourself, I trust. Like, oh, okay, that's my brain is just doing what it does. I am not my thoughts. I trust. I trust that this is happening for me. I trust that the universe is always on my side, that things are always aligning for me. I trust. That'll allow you to reground, recenter, and get out of your head and come back to the present moment. A big one is to detach from outcomes. So a lot of the time when we start new journeys, when we start new things, when we get into new beginnings, we already imagine an outcome. I feel like that's kind of like a human thing, though. I feel like, why wouldn't we do that? But the difference is don't just sit on one. Be open to different possibilities. Like, there's a million ways so many things could go in our life. So be open to things not always going the way you thought it would go, or be open to things taking a turn. You have to be open to these things, because if you sit and just think and expect for this thing to go this certain way, and when it doesn't, you're stuck, that was you getting attached to one specific outcome. So I really want you to be I really want you to catch yourself if you are doing that, and really be open to the amount of possibilities that are possible for all the situations that we go through, and all the situations and new beginnings that we enter. Really be open to things just taking a turn. Really be open to things just going in different paths, because there's so many endless possibilities, and sometimes we're even taught to get attached to one specific outcome. And that's one of the things that really, it'll help you allow things to flow. It'll help you to be receptive to what's new. It'll help you to be receptive to any changes. You wouldn't repel off any changes. You would allow it in and encourage it more. Like, you would be open to it. One of my last ones is release the fear. A lot of the times attachment is rooted from fear, and I really just want you to kind of sit back with yourself and think, okay, what am I fearing? Like, what is it that I'm afraid to face? And attachment is, I get attached because it's kind of like makes us feel safe. And so just think about, if I let go of this attachment, like, what am I afraid to face by myself? Like, what will I be facing? So if you let go of the fear and trust that what's for you will find you, that'll be you practicing the law of detachment. All of these things will help you master the law of detachment. The law of detachment is not easy. I don't ever want you to fake the law of detachment. I used to be a big person who would front. I used to act like I didn't care, and the whole time I did care. Like, I cared so much that I acted like I didn't care. But I want you to be genuine and genuinely feel the acceptance. The law of detachment is not you not caring. It's not about, oh, this happened, okay. It's not about, oh, this happened, like, fuck it. But it's more like, oh, this happened, I'm so grateful this happened, and I let go of it. So for me personally, when I didn't care, I cared so much, and I was stuck on the fact that I didn't care. I didn't want to care. I chose to put up the biggest front that I never cared, and that just made me care even more because I'm just faking it. Like, I did not allow anything to flow. I was stuck on not caring that I cared so much, and it was a big, huge cycle. I really just want you to be in a space where the law of detachment is not a front, but it's more of like a releasing feeling. It's more of a feeling that brings you peace and acceptance, and I really want you to feel that. I really want you to live that. I really want you to experience that, because it's very much real. I feel like we just really have to connect with ourselves, and connecting with ourselves will bring us the trust, because we have us at the end of the day. Regardless of anything that falls out of our life, we have ourselves, and that brings us the trust, that brings us the groundedness, that brings us the support, because at the end of the day we realize, like, a lot of people will sit here and say, like, I'm so alone, but you have yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like finding yourself will really be that glue for everything. It'll really be that, it'll be the seed to all of it, and then the rest just comes. So yeah, I really genuinely hope that you enjoyed this video. I really hope that it, shifted your mindset a little bit, that it helped you in any way, shape, sort, form, any way. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to be here. I'm so thankful to be able to record this video, and I'm so thankful to even be in a place where I can talk about these things, and I know about these things. I'm so grateful that I can do this, and I'm so grateful that you watched this video. And if you got in here, thank you so much. I really, 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 really hope that this caused a mindset shift. I really hope that this shifted something in your mindset. I hope that it brought you a new perspective, and that it helps you grow within yourself and really, connect with yourself. So thank you.